Welcome to the M.A.D. Konversations Pod,
a safe space where mother and daughter meet to have open discussions
about our relationship, trending topics, and other things that spark our interest.
My name is Keisha, and I'm the mother.
I'm Kasia, and I'm the daughter, and we are the M.A.D. Konversations Pod. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to start this podcast. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So we're finally starting, and we're going to take our time to get acclimated. My mom, she is not a social media user at all.
Not at all.
So we're going to get her acclimated to talking on YouTube. But me personally, I have my own YouTube channel in the description. But on this podcast, you could just expect natural conversation and just really girl talk about topics that are related to mother-daughter interactions, or just topics that have nothing to do with being a mother and a daughter, like trending topics and TikTok beef, TikTok drama,
life,
new products. You know, we're just going to be comfortable on here, just have conversations, open conversations. And we hope that it encourages you to have conversations, to have a more comfortable relationship.
Open conversations.
Yeah, to have open conversations and a more comfortable relationship with your mother or your daughter. Our topic for today is healing the mother wound. What do you think about that? What does that mean to you? If somebody says, oh yeah, that person has a mother wound, what does that mean to you?
I would think that means that they don't have a good relationship with their mom.
Mm-hmm. And that in turn causes them to have adverse reactions in their life.
Or with other people, yeah.
Right. And then it affects all their relationship as well. So I agree with that. I feel like as having a mother wound is typically just having a severed relationship with your mom, just like my mom said. And it might not even be completely severed. You might still have a relationship, but they just might not be showing up for you how you need them to show up for you. So in turn, it causes you to have issues with making friends, maintaining relationships. You might, as a man, they might hate women or treat women poorly. It shows up in different ways for different people, but that's what we kind of want to touch on. It's not really solely about that, but I feel like all mothers and daughters, especially in the Black community, have this stage where they just kind of don't like each other. Not
So you have a mother wound? You had a mother wound?
Yeah.
Or you got a mother wound?
I feel like I had a mother wound, but it was because we didn't have an understanding. I didn't understand her actions, and she didn't feel the need to explain her actions. So it was there was no there was no understanding in the situation until I got older. And once I got older and we had more conversations, I started to understand your point of view and why things went the way they did, or why things happened the way they did. So I feel like I really don't think I had a true mother wound. It was just a misunderstanding that made a wedge between us, and it made me feel like I had a mother wound. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't technically have a mother wound, because you've always been present and you've always shown up for me. Maybe not always how I wanted you to, but it's never been oh, my mom abandoned me, my mom doesn't care about me.
Well, even though I've never been abandoned by my mom, but I think at my big age I still have a mother wound.
So what does that look like for you? A mother wound for you? What does your mother wound look like?
I think I would like for me and my mother to have a relationship close to what we have, at least close.
And why do you think that y'all don't? What is stopping it from being like that?
I think it's just the time that I grew up in. I don't know. Parents were just different then. They wasn't as involved in our lives as the parents my age are. They just always expected you to do the right thing or do what you're supposed to do. They didn't ask questions, not a lot of questions. Well, my parents didn't. They didn't ask a lot of questions. They wasn't really involved. I mean, they were there. They provided for us. We kind of knew they love us, but they never told us, Mm-hmm. But it was just different then, These kids, these days, they demand your attention. We want your attention. And if you're not giving them what they need, they let you know. Back then, we just went on with life because that was just the norm for back then. For us, or I can't say the norm, but just the norm for what I used to seeing and the people around me. That was just the norm for us. Mm-hmm. I mean, other parts of the world, they probably did something different, but it was just normal. So I didn't really get that type of relationship with my mother. And it kind of still is that same way today.
Okay.
You know?
Do you think that like it's something that you could do differently or something that you can do to enhance y'all's current relationship?
We probably could, but I think we're pretty much like set in our ways, and we're content to where, because there's no drama between us. I mean, there's no love lost between us. We know we love each other, but so I think we just got, what's the word? Comfortable, complacent with our relationship. So I think nobody is really, my mom is still from the age where, you know, I guess she probably don't even think there's anything wrong.
Have you told her?
No. I haven't.
Okay, so
like, I'm not like the new kids where they demand what they need. They tell you what they need. They voice what they need. Because I'm like, I don't really need that. I'm okay.
yeah, that is something
That's
you
me.
have to-
I'm okay.
I have to
I'm
tell
fine.
her sometimes like you're not telling the truth right now, and I only can say that because I know her. But yeah, so I think for you, because I spearheaded our relationship, I feel like I can give you advice on not healing it per se, but taking steps to make it better. First of all, I feel like you need to start by having that conversation with her. Even if she's not receptive to it, or like y'all don't come to an understanding, you can never say like, well, you can always have it currently you can have in your mind like regret for the fact that you didn't even put forth the effort to communicate, even though she's not doing that. You know, at the end of the day, it's on you, in your life, if you don't ever even say anything. You know, like it's just gonna go on, and then later in life you're gonna be like, well, dang, I wish I had this, but maybe you could have had that if you took a few extra steps. You know.
But the same way you said that you felt like the only reason why we got to this place because you spearheaded, because I was in my motherly world thinking everything was okay. I knew we had like a little riff-raff when you were like a teenager, but I was like, okay, that's what teenagers do, you know? They're gonna, you know, rebuttal what they mom or whatever is telling them to parents.
Oh no, we gonna pause there. Rebuttal?
Yes, rebuttal.
What did I do?
You didn't want to hear nothing I got to say?
What did I do? No.
Oh, you don't want to say that?
No, you can say that, but I need clarity. I always did the right thing.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm just emotional and vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes, I think as parents, y'all's age of parents is traumatized by grandma's age of parenting, because y'all think that having emotions and vocalizing those emotions and feelings is disrespectful or it's a problem.
No. I always tell you, I have no problems with listening to what you have to say or how you feel. It's just the way you say it, your tone, the way you deliver it.
That's what you say now. But as a kid, it didn't matter what way I portray, like what way I said it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And even then, and sometimes I felt like I was just matching the energy that I was around. So it's like how I felt like it was just sometimes it's too much. Kids are not mature. They don't make mature decisions. They don't do things like maybe how it's supposed to be done. They do it how they know to do it. So if they're not corrected and shown a better way of doing something, they're not gonna know how to do it. And I just feel like I was and that's partly where our disconnect came, because I felt like you was looking at it as me being disrespectful, but really I was just trying to get you to understand where I was coming from. And
I think your delivery of trying to make me understand is the reason why I wasn't understanding, because I was looking at it as being disrespectful.
But at what point do you take a step back? Like, this is my daughter. Why would she just be why aren't those questions? Like, why would she just be disrespectful? If I go to school, I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't break rules. I don't do none of that. But we're having that same issue. It's like, at what point do you step back and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? What is going wrong here to where she feels like she can't talk to me, or she's talking to me and it's always getting to this point? Like, I feel like where's the regulations going on? It's always just like shut down. Like, you're being disrespectful. I don't want to hear it. And then and then that's how we end up with this mother wound. Because then we're not conversing.
Because in my day,
and that's what I said.
Wasn't able, if you say anything back, I mean, anything, that is disrespect.
Right.
No, if you're not asked a question, then you should not be talking. Yeah. If I'm talking to you, I did not ask you a question, then you should not be speaking. Yeah. And that's just how we grew up. So when I'm talking to you and you have words to say, even though they may not be disrespectful words, But the fact that you're saying words back to me,
Exactly.
you're disrespectful. But sometimes your tone could be a little.
And I agree. I'm not going to sit here and say I've always been respectful and I've never been disrespectful. I've always like expressed myself in a way that was like positive or like in a growth mindset. Like sometimes I was just saying what I wanted to say just to say, like get it off my chest, even if I didn't feel like it was going to make anything better. You know, I just wanted to say it. But I feel like I wasn't extended enough grace as a woman, especially in this world, as a Black woman in this world. I feel like I wasn't extended enough grace to express myself and then be taught how to properly express myself. And I still deal with issues from like, I still deal with that now. Like sometimes I'll be in my relationship, I'll be trying to say a problem or express a problem, but it comes off as me like attacking the person. And I'm like, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just trying to let you know what you did wrong so we can fix it and we can still like, so I feel like that's a big problem in the Black community. The only thing I can speak about is the Black community because I'm Black. But I feel like I've had a lot of friends that have had that exact same experience with their mom, and I feel like that causes a wedge between a lot of the mother-daughter relationships. But me, as an adult, I wanted to not just like cut you off and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to my mom. I wanted to understand, like, because I know my mom's a good person. I know my mom is sweet. I know she'd like give me everything. She'd give me her last. So it can't just be like, oh, she hates me. Like I just wanted to investigate and get like more clarity. And I feel like you saw that I would repeat a lot of the same things over and over and over again. Like I bring up the same conversations over and over again, but it was simply because I feel like I didn't get enough clarity to be satisfied with the conversation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I wanted to keep bringing it up until I felt like, okay, I understand it now. And now I cannot be angry about that anymore. Like I can move forward and we could just have our relationship without me harboring on things that happened in the past. So, like, I extended grace.
No, you extended me grace.
Yes, okay. I extended
Thank
grace.
you.
Yes.
But I like that about you, though. I like the fact that you like to talk about how you feel. You don't like to hold that in. That's good for you because I'm the type of person that I don't really like to express my feelings a lot. Mm-hmm. I just like to,
you good. I'm just,
I hold a lot of stuff in. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when I should be talking, and I feel like sometimes it's not even worth talking about, really, to be honest, because I'm like, what difference is it gonna make? So why am I gonna even speak on it? But yeah, I like that about you. I like if something is bothering you, Keisha is gonna let you know. She's not gonna let it pass. And I mean, I can appreciate that just as long as she come respectfully. I'm willing to listen. And sometimes I don't like it. No, I don't.
And sometimes I don't like it.
Sometimes it rubs me the wrong way. But that's life.
But one thing I want to say, like even with today, like we had a little moment today, mm-hmm. and then like I was really like bothered by that, and I went home and I told you, I was like, this woman is like, she's about to drive me. First of all, I'm already driven crazy. Like, I'm already stressed. But, like, just to get a text, like, just for you to say that to me, like, that just, like, I forgot all about it after that. Like, that just really, like, because before, I know you had a hard time, like, apologizing.
Oh, yes. Like, what?
And acknowledging stuff. And I've been doing that, too, more. Like, I don't always have a hard time apologizing, but it's certain people that I just have, like, a hard time apologizing to. Like, I just feel like just all the stuff you done did, I don't feel like I should.
Right, but I'm learning.
But like with you, I feel like I always been willing to apologize when I did like something wrong, and for you to just be able to put your pride aside and be like, even if you don't feel like you did something wrong, you understand that it hurt my feelings. So
that's where I learned from you. You always would tell me it's not your intentions. Like even though you didn't intentionally do it, mm-hmm. it doesn't change the fact that it still hurt my feelings.
Right.
So I kind of like, okay, I didn't intend to, discourage her or make her feel a certain kind of way, but that's what happened in the end. So, I mean, I'm not apologizing for, my point or what I was trying to do, but I am apologizing for how it made you feel.
Right.
Because my intentions were good.
And I know that. And I know that even in the moment, but I just, sometimes if you're already like stressed out and bothered by something, it's like the smallest thing that somebody says, or like it just might trigger you to just like, it might be an overreaction, or it might just be like your feelings just, you finally blow. How are we alike? How would you say that in our lifestyles, and I mean like in the grand scheme of our life, not just like our characteristics, but in our lives, how are we alike as characters in this world?
Characters. We're both are the oldest daughters.
Right.
We're both are the oldest granddaughters.
Right.
We're both
The firstborn.
Yeah, we're the firstborn. Oh my goodness.
We both like pink.
Love pink, actually. We're first college graduates
In
of our generations. Yeah.
I'm the one and only right now.
Yeah, so first and only.
Yeah.
We like some of the same music. Our personalities are different, though.
Yeah, we're completely different types of girls, but where do we mesh?
You're the person like you say what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I typically, and that's crazy that you say that, because when I was with my friend the other day, I said I'm the type of person that says what everyone's thinking. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, and that's why I was like, I think I got a little bit, like, I got something. I don't want to put a name on it right now, but I think I got something, because it's like sometimes I don't even think, and I say it, and I be like, why did I say that? Like,
and I'm the opposite. I'm the total opposite. I think about everything I say,
and that's crazy because I'm an overthinker as well, but I overthink after the fact.
Yeah,
I don't think about it before.
You think about it after.
Because just like when we went to the mother-daughter party at Shanora's house, I literally could not sleep. I could not sleep thinking about, like, what?
And you called me, and I was like thinking something was wrong, something happened.
Something was wrong.
And I was like, what in the world? No, I thought this was like an urgent situation.
I needed you to put me at bay. Like,
and I was like, what? That? No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I constantly think, before I speak, I'm always considering how it's going to come across. I'm always considering how it's going to make somebody feel. I'm just, And if it's something that really doesn't have to be said,
then
I won't say it. Because I'm like,
I say
what's
everything.
the point? I try to save face. I'm the peacemaker, the calm.
I'm the peacemaker. I feel like, and throughout, like, what I'm trying to do is make peace, though. When I'm, like, talking, when I'm saying stuff, when I'm asking questions, I feel like my whole point ultimately is for everyone to be at peace, for everyone to have a clear understanding of what's going on, for everybody to feel comfortable. Even with my relationships, as far as friendships, romantic, all of that, I feel like I'm always the one that's trying to dig deeper into everything and ask all the freaking questions and say the hard stuff so we can, like, just get to the point. I don't like all that walking on eggshells. I want us to get to the point, say what's the issue, get it out of here.
I'm the type of person, I like to communicate too. I like to talk about stuff, but only when it's not confrontational.
Yeah.
I don't like confrontation. I do not. If it's going left, then I'm just ready to cut it off, because I do not like confrontation. Like, why do we have to go there?
It don't
why
have to
can't
go there,
we
but
just,
people are human. So if you get
people
emotionally
need to know how to control
invested,
their emotions.
everybody's
like
not
me.
Robots.
I'm not either. I just can control my emotions.
But do you think that could be like a negative? The fact that you can control it so much that you just don't even want to interact with something that's going to spark your emotions? Like,
I don't think it's just it's okay to have emotions. I'm not opposed to that. But when your emotions is that high and it just goes left, I just don't want to deal with it.
No,
okay?
That used to be me.
Like,
I used to be very.
And especially if it's something simple. Now, if it's something like, okay, really deep and emotions are bound to be involved and maybe get high, I can understand that more. But if it's just a simple little disagreement or a simple little conversation and it gets like, I'm like, okay, it's not even that serious. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I feel that.
I don't have time for that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to avoid it at all costs if I can. And if I can't trust you to talk about the small stuff, if that's going to blow up, then we can't talk about big stuff, because you're really going to explode. Not you, but people. I know. Just people in general. I don't like confrontation.
I definitely understand that, but I feel like people who don't like confrontation often like have a lot of problems in their life within themselves that nobody else know about, because they just don't want to address the important stuff. So you run away from all the hard conversations, and then you're left like depressed, sad, or uncertain about stuff, and that causes more issues.
I don't know. I don't know if I care that much.
See? That's fake.
No, it's not.
That's fake.
How is that fake?
That's fake. But I do think with certain people, it should never get to the point. Like friends, it shouldn't even be. I have learned throughout my life that I have to detach myself. Like, it sounds bad, but I have to detach myself from friends. We can be friends, but I have to keep it to a certain level to where I don't get too emotionally involved, because friends are just, people in general in this world right now are just too unpredictable. And it's like, say I invest myself into a friendship and then they wake up and decide that they don't want to be my friend no more.
And your feelings gonna be hurt.
My feelings is gonna be hurt.
And the difference between, I don't know, your generation of friends and my generation of friends, I have friends that I've had for years, like long years. My best friends, we've been friends since the age of 8. So we've been friends for 40 years. And my rest of my friends from college and stuff, we've been friends for years. And I never, because you always say that I'm different with my friends than I am with my family. But I don't have those type of issue with my friends. They don't have a reason to see, like the side that y'all see at home, like if I'm upset or I'm fussing as a mom or if I'm fussing as a wife or something like that. They don't have a reason to see that side of me because we don't really have those type of issues. I don't have drama-filled friendships.
You know what? That's a good point.
So they don't get to see that side. They don't have a reason to see that side. Because you're fake around your friends. They don't have to see that side because I don't have a reason to show them that side.
Because they don't pick you apart.
I mean, my family, like, I'm around my family.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's good. Like, that's good that y'all don't get to that point because your friends love you for you. Yeah. Like, they accept you in however form you come. That's the issue that I've had in the past. The friends that I've had, I've been the same. They're the whole entire friendship, but it's like then it gets to a point where you could tell they've had harbored animosity, they had harbored issues or things that I might have said that bothered them, and they carry that on instead of addressing it in the moment, and it causes them to have this animosity with me, and I can feel the energy. I don't want to keep having to be the one addressing the hard things and like asking over and over, especially like, is everything okay? If
they're the one with the problem.
Exactly. And I felt like I kind of got picked apart a lot in a lot of like my friendships because people wanted me to dim down who I am. Like everything that people love about me in the end of our relationship, they end up hating it. Like everybody loves that I'm gonna say the hard things. They love that I'm gonna make them laugh. They love that I'm gonna do all of that until they don't love it.
Until
and then
you have to say it to them.
Exactly. Until it's towards them, then they hate it. Like
y'all generation of friendship, they lack loyalty. Like there's no loyalty. I mean, so quick to cut each other off. It's so quick to do things behind each other's back. And I mean, things that we don't, think about doing to each other. Not my friend. Exactly. I don't care. If my friend dated somebody, it could have been 20 years ago.
It's that harbor animosity.
I'm not going to date them 20 years afterwards. I don't care. You know, it's just the
loyalty means nothing to people.
It's like
and it's just like one thing that I've learned is you can't trust anybody. Because I've genuinely trusted people and thought that, they would never do me like that. They would never say that about me. They would never. And then I found out they were doing all the things I said they would never do.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to grow up in y'all generation.
Like, it's crazy. And then you know how I am. Like, I'm very loyal. I stick with the people that I'm with. Like, I don't switch.
Yeah.
Like, I stay down with the people that I'm with, and I try to work through whatever
issues. If you with them, you with them.
Exactly. So, people have done stuff to me that I didn't like, but is it worth us severing a 10-year, 12-year, 9-year long relationship? Is it worth you losing all the memories and connection? Because once we done being friends or once we done our relationship, they're like, all that out the window. I ain't no memories.
I've never had to sever a friendship, but I never really had like a friendship that ended like, poorly. I should say like a friendship that ended like badly. Like if I saw her tomorrow, we could still be cool and talk and cordial.
See, well, I've had both. I've had friendships end like they just end because we just stopped talking, and I've had friendships end because we got into it. I've had friendships end because I found out stuff and I never even told them. Like with my childhood best friend, I don't even think we had a conversation about
why.
Like she sent a text in a group chat and I never responded, and that was the end of our friendship. But I had found out she doesn't know. She never knew. I never even talked to her about it. I found out that she was talking about me to our other friends, but I never felt the need to address it, never brought it to her attention. I never did none of that. Like it was literally just we walked past each other.
Wow.
Like we never seen each other. And that just happened until we graduated, and I never seen her again. And it was done.
I still have my high school best friend. Well, my friend from the 4th grade. I still have my college friends.
And that's a difference.
And I still have my friends that I met at work that we've been friends for years. So all my friendships are like well developed, and we just don't have drama. I mean, we all of us are adults. We have our different opinions, and you're adults. You don't have to agree on everything. I mean, you can agree to disagree and keep it moving. I mean, what's the drama for? I mean, what's the problem? I don't have time for drama. Like I said, I don't like confrontation, and if I don't like it in my family, I definitely not gonna deal with it in my friendship.
I don't mind confrontation.
I don't like
It's
it.
fun.
What's the point?
My teacher and my history teacher in high school told me that I should have been a part of the debate class.
I told you should have been a lawyer when you was younger.
That was just lawyers kill themselves too much.
I remember you
and
saying
I don't
that.
even know.
I was like, you like to argue a case, you need to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I used to like to argue, but now I don't.
I guess when you grew up.
I don't know. I just don't like to argue no more. I feel like it's not worth it. Because half the time you're doing all that arguing, the other person not even hearing what you're saying.
I know I get a deaf ear to loud talking, to
Oh no, it don't even gotta be loud talking to argue.
confrontation. I get deaf to that. Like, huh?
I get deaf
Like,
to
what you
yelling.
say? What happened?
No. I shut down. When somebody yells at me, you might as well just be not talking. You might as well just be opening your mouth and nothing coming out because I'm not listening. Once you raise your voice at me, even the cuss words, like, if we're in a heated conversation and you start cussing and yelling, I'm not listening anymore. I don't even want to continue this. I don't even want us to even, because I've been the person before that was loud and was cursing and was like being aggressive because I was just emotionally immature. Like, I feel like this, so you're going to feel it, type thing. Like, I'm just trying to showcase how much I care through anger. That make no sense.
And they don't even see it because
they just looking at it like you're just an angry.
You're a mad woman.
Literally,
a mad black woman.
Literally, and that was my Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I had a spam page when I was in high school. That's literally what was in my bio because I did have a moment where I was kind of mad. I think I was low key in a manic episode.
What were you mad about?
Life.
What about life?
I was just angry with life. And angry that I couldn't control how everybody else treated me. Angry that I didn't feel like I was a need for anybody. Like, nobody needed me. I was just like an accessory to everybody's life.
That's how you felt.
Yeah, I felt like I was just nobody's number one. And I kind of just got lost in that. I just felt, well, what am I here for? I felt like I didn't have a purpose in this world. And then I had to step back, like, this is my life. My feelings shouldn't be based on other people and other people's thoughts and opinions. Because I've always just been so headstrong about who I am as a person. I've always been pretty confident about who I am as a person. But I feel like I hit a point where I just felt like I wasn't important. And that just that could be plenty of things. But college just made me crazy. That was just a lot of stress on me. And I wasn't used to dealing with it. And I feel like right before college or going into college, I was dealing with a lot of stuff too mentally. I feel like all of those years just put together just kind of I don't know, it changed me. It altered my brain chemistry. So I was a little crazy.
But they say what don't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah, and it definitely did. It definitely did. I will agree with that. We kind of just touched on how we are like, but we also touched on how we're different.
Yeah.
So they kind of get to see how, in order to have a good relationship with somebody, y'all can't be exactly alike. Y'all gotta kind of balance each other out.
Right.
And I think that's why we get along, because I'm like the fire and you're like the water.
Yeah. I'm not one of your little friends.
Exactly. You love to say that to me growing up, and it's crazy because now you're like one of my little friends.
No. I always tell you a mother is better than a friend.
Yeah, but you
can't get rid of me.
You still be calling me your little bestie.
How you ghost your other friends?
Mom,
you can't do that to me.
I don't ghost them. I ghosted
teasing.
that one person because it was absolutely necessary. Because
I'm just kidding.
Countless conversations are the same thing, and then you going behind my back talking about me.
Yeah, but I think it's better being the mom than the friend. But since you need a friend, I guess I could be your little friend.
I don't need
You
friends.
could be my little friend, I guess.
I didn't even want friends for so long. But now I feel like I'm out of that mentally insane phase. Now I feel like I'm good enough to have friends.
It's like you're better than a friend. You're my daughter. It's like,
yeah,
you're mine.
But I feel like, but that relationship, that mother-daughter relationship has to have a little bit of friendship in it.
Yeah, we got that. We
got more than that. You always call. She be trying to act fake when other people around. She calls me, and be
She's
like,
not my little
"Hey, bestie."
No.
Yes, she do.
Just when I want her to feel good.
Whatever.
But I am the mother. I am the mama.
Yeah, she is my mom for sure, and I never forget that. But I feel like the conversations we have, the things we talk about, like,
But
it's past mother.
we couldn't be friends until you became an adult, though.
Yeah.
You couldn't be my little friend as a teenager coming up.
Yeah, that's necessary.
And
how do you feel about that? How do you feel about moms that you can clearly see don't really parent their children?
yeah, I don't like it at all. I'm like, you're supposed to be their parent. You're supposed to be guiding them. You're supposed to be teaching them, and they're supposed to be looking up to you, not y'all doing the same things, and you're not correcting them and stuff like that. I mean,
That's a
it's
big
good.
thing.
You can have conversation. I always want my children to feel free and open to come talk to me about anything, but still know I'm your mom. And I'm not your friend.
Right. I think that from the child's perspective, they should kind of feel like they have a friend in their parent, but I don't think the parent should be their child's friend. Like, I think that in order for them to feel comfortable to talk and, bring issues to them, you kind of have to be a little bit of a friend to them. But at the same time, I feel like where that gets cut off is when there's confrontation, like when there's issues, when they're getting in trouble, when there's like problems, that mother or parent role comes in where, okay, you listen, but now it's time for you to parent and give feedback and tell them like right from wrong and give them the space to still make their own decisions, but instill in them the necessary morals. Because I was just watching a podcast last night. I was watching the Angela Yee podcast with Mimi Foss. She was talking about her experience on Love and Hip Hop and how she kind of like, she's portrayed negatively on the show. So like for her daughter, she doesn't like want her to get any influence from that. So she's kind of sheltered her. But as she's like 16 now, so she kind of has to let her have what's the word I'm looking for? She kind of got to let her be free enough to make her own decisions so that she can grow and be able to handle the outside world. Because right now when she's at home, she's sheltered. She don't have any issues. Nothing's happening. So she feels like she kind of got to like let her make her decision, but still, she still lets her know like, if you choose to do this, that, and the third can happen. If you choose not to do this can also happen. And these are my experiences that I've had. So you can go off of that. And I really, really like that. Like, I like the fact that she gives her daughter advice and she, gives her examples from her own life.
And I don't like that. You remember, I had a problem with sharing my life experiences with you, but other people didn't have a problem with sharing my life experiences with my child.
Right.
Like,
and I appreciate them for that.
Because why? Why are you telling my business?
I feel like I didn't know you.
I don't know. I just felt like, because you was a girl, and I just felt like I was just protecting you from, not that I was a bad person out here.
You didn't want to influence me.
Yeah, I didn't want to influence you, being like, okay, if my mama did it.
You're great though. Like, anything I've learned about you ain't nothing I learned about you that was just like, oh my God.
But I don't want it. I don't want you I still don't want you to be influenced by that. If you did it, I'm thinking if you did half of what I did, I would be proud of you because it's not that bad. But if you still didn't do it, or even if you did worse, I just didn't want your actions to be influenced by what I did. Either way, you know what I'm saying? So I kept my life kind of private, which I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just what I felt the need to do to kind of, I thought I was like protecting you. I didn't want to influence you to do either way. I want you to do what you was going to do.
Right.
So, but my family, they don't have a problem with telling you my past. I want you to think I was perfect.
Right. And I did for so long.
I know they probably crushed you. Like, oh my God, my mother?
But yeah, so how do you think we got to this point where we are practically friends and we talk every day and I tell you all my business and you share a little bit, not really, but you share a little bit, you give me more than you ever have. So like, and we go back, like we have conversations about our issues and stuff that we're going through. Like we kind of like bond over our conversations about stuff that we experience in our life. How do you think we got here?
You grew up. And you kind of forced me, actually, because I don't think if you wasn't as persistent as you was with forcing me to talk about things we probably wouldn't have gotten here. But I like that about you.
How do you think I was persistent though? Like
Because you kept talking about it. You kept bringing it up.
Yeah.
And if we're sitting on the phone or we sitting face to face talking about it, if you talking about something, I gotta talk about it. It's not like I can be mute on the phone. So I'm feeling like, okay, this is something she really want to talk about. I mean, it may end up going left sometimes, but at least you got the chance to say how you felt about it. Or I probably disagree with it, but like you say, those are your feelings. Those are your experiences. I experienced it differently. You know, I saw a different way. I saw it differently, but that was your experience and my experience was different. So I think we got here because you grew up and I was more willing to talk to you about things. And then with you being so persistent to talk about things, that kind of forced me to, and then it became easier. Because we got through our little rough patches.
I was literally just about to say, I feel like the fact that I kept bringing up the things that I wasn't over, in a sense, like I wasn't comfortable with the clarity I got on it. Like I didn't feel like I got enough clarity on the situations. I feel like constantly bringing that up and continuously talking about it, no matter if it went left, no matter if we went a couple days without talking afterwards, that strengthened us in a way that now we can get it, like we can have little arguments or little spats and we still don't let that break our connection. Like we still come back, even if it's like a couple hours later, a few hours later, we still find our way back to each other because of those conversations we've had in the past set us up for anything now. I feel like I don't think there's anything that we can't really talk about or get through if we have issues. And I also feel like we got this far because you were willing to acknowledge things, and even though you felt like you had a different outlook on the things, you still were able to acknowledge that those were my feelings. And you can't really apologize for other people's actions. You can't really take credit, or you can't, it's not on, everything isn't on you, of course, but the fact that you were willing to listen and affirm me and kind of make me feel like you understand where I'm coming from, even though you didn't see it like that in the time, you understand where I'm coming from and you can see my point of view. I feel like that just kind of made me like love you a little bit harder, because that's huge. Like a lot of people I've talked to and people that I've known, if they try to talk to their parents about anything, like it's shut down. And I got that too for a long time, but I feel like this is a sign to all the girls, all the kids out there, to be persistent with your parents. If you really want a relationship with your parents, you got to understand that at the end of the day, they are humans too. Like they're not just robots. They didn't get a manual on how to be a parent. They didn't get, probably their parents probably weren't communicating with them and giving them the space to be vocal and expressive. So you have to extend the same grace to your parents that they extended to you, especially if your parents took care of you, if your parents were present in your life, if your parents made sure that you was living like a comfortable life. That's like the bare, I mean, obviously that's the minimum, but like that's hard for people these days. Like that's a lot. I feel like you should give them grace.
Because parents are not perfect.
Exactly. Parents aren't perfect. And I think the most important thing as a parent is for you to be able to acknowledge that everything might not have been like what it seemed in your head. That's like the most important thing. Like acknowledge your children's feelings and the fact that even though you felt like you were being perfect and you felt like you were doing everything right, they might not have gotten that experience. That might not be how they felt, and that is okay.
And yeah, that's exactly what it is, because not me thinking I was the perfect parent doing everything right, but I thought I was pretty decent and I thought I was hitting those marks. But then when you get your child coming to tell you all the things that you did wrong in their life, you're like, wait a minute, are we in the same relationship? Are we in the same mother-daughter relationship? Because I thought I was doing my thing with this, but that's their experience and that's how they experience you. And it could be hurtful and it could be shocking, but it's their truth, it's their experience. So you can't really change that. Even though you might think you was the best mom or the best parent in the world, they experienced you different. So,
but I feel like only a child that really loves you, only a child that really loves you will come and address you and acknowledge, try to maintain that relationship and fix that relationship. So if your child comes to you and they're talking to you and they're expressing themselves to you, I feel like it's only positive. Like they're not trying to attack you. That's what parents need to remove. Yeah. I think when your child comes to you like, oh my God, you're attacking my parenting, like this.
And that's how it was in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you just, you get to the point where, okay, this is this is how they feel. So apparently they just want to get it off their chest. They just want to let you know.
And
but in the beginning,
acknowledge it
yeah,
too. Like not just say, well, that's how you felt. Oh well.
Yeah.
Like no, like really sympathize and empathize with your child. Like.
Cause yeah, that's what I felt. I felt like I was being attacked, and I thought she thought I was a terrible mom. And
no,
I mean that's how it feels in the beginning when you hearing all this stuff.
And then
you thought you did everything.
I had to start saying, Mom, I'm not attacking you. I'm literally just telling you how I feel, how certain situations made me feel, and I'm only saying this so that we can have a better relationship. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation that we've had today. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Comment your thoughts and if you've ever experienced anything like these things that we've described today. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos. We will get on a schedule soon, but this is our first episode, y'all. Take it slow, okay? Do you have anything you want to say?
No. Thank y'all for watching.
Exactly what she said. Bye.
Oh my goodness.
That was...